He didn't hunt the killer to bring him to court. He didn't need the law to pass judgment. When vengeance burned brighter than reason, he became the justice. This is I Saw the Devil, one of the darkest action thrillers in Korean cinema. Stay tuned for a full story recap and key highlights from the film. Warning, this video contains major spoilers. One night, school bus driver Jang Kyung-chul spotted a pregnant woman stranded with a flat tire. Her name was Jang Joo-yoon. He offered to help, but his kindness was a trap. Kyung-chul suddenly attacked, knocking her unconscious. Yeet! Then dragged her to his house, where he brutally murdered her with a guillotine. Afterwards, he dismembered her body and dumped the parts into a stream. The next day, a young boy made a gruesome discovery, a severed human ear. Police arrived at the scene immediately. Leading the investigation were Captain Oh and Police Chief Jang, who was Joo-yoon's father. But they weren't the only ones looking for answers. Joo-yoon's fiancée, Kim Soo-hyun, a National Intelligence Service agent, came to the site. There, standing in the cold, heartbroken, he made a vow to make the killer suffer. With help from Chief Jang, Soo-hyun narrowed the suspects down to 4 men. He tortured and interrogated 2 of them, one by one. And then, when he searched the home of the 3rd suspect, Jang Kyung-chul, he found what he was looking for, Joo-yoon's engagement ring. The killer was identified. But Soo-hyun didn't want to hand him to the police. He wanted revenge. Slow, painful revenge. Sometime later, Kyung-chul brought a schoolgirl home and sexually assaulted her. But before he could go any further, Soo-hyun appeared out of nowhere and beat him unconscious. Still, Soo-hyun didn't kill him. Instead, he shoved a GPS tracker down Kyung-chul's throat, allowing him to track his every move and listen to every word. Kyung-chul woke up dazed and wandered along the roadside until a taxi offered him a ride. Inside were the driver and another passenger. But Kyung-chul sensed something off. He realized both men were criminals, robbers who intended to kill him. So he struck first, slaughtering both men with ease. In the trunk, he found the real taxi driver's body, already murdered. He dumped all 3 corpses in the woods and drove off to a small town. There, he raped a nurse. But Soo-hyun was close behind. He found him again, beat him viciously, and sliced both Achilles' tendons, then let him go. Furious and confused, Kyung-chul ran to the house of his friend Tae-ju, a fellow psychopath with a taste for human flesh. He told him everything. Tae-ju listened, then guessed, "The guy chasing you must be a family member of one of your victims." He was right. Before they could react, Soo-hyun burst into the house and took them all down. Kyung-chul, Tae-ju, and Tae-ju's girlfriend, Se-jung. The next morning, police arrested Tae-ju and Se-jung and brought them to the hospital. Meanwhile, Soo-hyun's trusted colleague made secret arrangements to smuggle Soo-hyun and Kyung-chul away from the police. They were treated at a private facility. But while lying in bed, Kyung-chul overheard the 2 men whispering about the tracker inside his body. Soo-hyun, believing everything under control, let Kyung-chul go again. But this time, the killer was 1 step ahead. Kyung-chul cut the tracker out of his body, murdered a pharmacist, and vanished. Desperate, Soo-hyun interrogated Tae-ju in the hospital and discovered the truth. Kyung-chul was hunting down Chief Jang and his other daughter, Jang Se-yoon. Soo-hyun sped to his father-in-law's house. But he was too late. Kyung-chul had already arrived and savagely attacked both Chief Jang and Se-yoon. Then, in a shocking move, Kyung-chul walked into a police station and turned himself in. He thought he could escape Soo-hyun by hiding in a jail cell. But vengeance wasn't over. Soo-hyun pulled up to the station, walked in calmly, and took him right in front of the police. He drove Kyung-chul back to his own home, where the nightmare had started. There, he chained him underneath the guillotine, the same one he used to kill Joo-yoon. After interrogating him one last time, Soo-hyun walked away. A moment later, the front door opened. Kyung-chul's estranged son and elderly parents, whom he had abandoned long ago, entered the house. They called out his name. And then, the blade dropped. Kyung-chul's head rolled across the floor, landing at the feet of his broken family. From a distance, Soo-hyun listened to it all, through the tracker that had recorded everything. As the realization sank in, he stumbled through the night and broke down in tears. The revenge was complete, but the cost was devastating. This is I Saw the Devil, a brutal tale of justice, vengeance, and how violence changes even the most righteous men.